go. All right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another live session. You guys know what it is. We're live here every single day doing live trades, showing you guys exactly how we make thousands and thousands of dollars every single day from the markets. So let's get started. I'm going to be going over exactly how we do it, all right? What up, CJ? What up, Manvi? What up, E. Laguerre? How's it going? And let's get started. So basically, this is the trading platform that we trade on. It's called AlgoBars.com. Now, very simply, I'm going to go over what these bars are because most likely you're used to seeing what are called, regular candlesticks. For example, let's say I go here. So you guys are used to seeing this, right? But this is how I trade. Now, look at the difference. The difference is actually insane, which is that before, when you're just looking at these candlesticks, there's so much confusion because all of the candlesticks are different shapes, sizes, colors. It makes it very confusing. You don't really know what the market is doing, right? Because you're just looking at this. Whereas if you look at the range bars, they show you very clearly which way the trend truly is just going, like which direction is the trend going in. So what that does is it actually eliminates a lot of bias that you would have when trying to analyze what's happening in the market. Now, the one thing that I always say is I don't even analyze the markets, okay? All I do is I wait for the trend reversal, then I enter my trade, and that's it. Now, imagine, look, right down here, we got the reversal, right? So we got the reversal showing we're going from red to green, so a downtrend to an uptrend. Right here, imagine if we caught this buy trade. What a crazy trade that would have been. Hundreds and hundreds of points that we could have caught, very simply just using the range bars chart instead of this nonsense time-based candle chart. So I'm going to be going over exactly what my strategy is, how I trade, what I do, and then I'm going to answer all of your questions. Okay, so if you guys have any specific questions, make sure you put it in the comments because that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to answer all of your questions. So let's get started. I'm going to be doing some live trades as well. And again, I'm the only one that comes live here. I do all my trades live. I answer all your questions. And then at the end of the day, I don't sell you anything, okay? Because really, I make around 60 to 100K a month trading. And I will show you that because all of my live streams are all recorded. They're live on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. And then also, I'm live here daily, so you can actually watch me do all of the trades. All right? Yo, Mr. November, what's up? Mr. November saying, hey, I want to thank you for getting me started. Let's go. I got you. Lazy Day Living is saying, do you trade Asia? I trade all the market sessions. Okay, so I trade Asia, Europe, and then also North America, New York, whatever you want to call it. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to tell you what the markets I trade mostly are, okay? So during this live, I'm going to explain to you exactly what I do, how I do it, and how I'm able to make hundreds of thousands of dollars every single year without selling anything. So there's no course to buy. There's no, there's basically no paid Discord. There's none of those things. It actually just very clearly, I make the money from the markets. And that's how it should be. You should actually never, ever get caught up in this whole thing of, oh, maybe if I pay someone, they're going to have the secret sauce, okay? Nobody has a secret sauce behind a paywall because let me tell you something. If I am successful at trading, I don't need to sell a course. That's why I don't sell a course, okay? What's it called? Antonio is saying, bro, I tried to connect the range bars. Which way is it possible? It's asking. Okay, so here's the thing. If you just use the range bars on AlgoBars, it's free. If you're connecting to outside servers, you have to pay server costs, okay? But that's why I say use the range bars on AlgoBars, okay? Use the range bars on AlgoBars because it's free. All right, Jen is saying W birds. Big shout out to these birds, okay? Because let me explain to you what it is, okay? This is me, Big Bird, okay? That's me. I make around 60 to 100K a month, and that's where you wanna get to, okay? So here, this is you, Lil Bird. Now, if you follow what Big Bird does, then you'll grow up to be big and strong like Big Bird. But if you just go off on your own, you might just end up like these grapes, okay? The problem with these grapes, it might look okay, but these grapes are broken, okay? Because the stem right here and the leaf is broken. You don't want to be a broken grape bunch. You want to be a shiny bird, okay? So, how are you going to become this very shiny, beautiful bird? Let me explain to you. First step is you go to AlgoBars.com. It's the world's most advanced trading platform, okay? Now, we built it for profit. Yeah, we built it. And the reason we built it is because we're traders. And we realized that all other trading platforms are trash because they weren't built for profit and they weren't built by traders, okay? That's the reality. So now, these range bars, look at how clean it looks. I'm not entering any short positions here because I'm waiting for the trend reversal, okay? So, trend reversal, what is that? So let Big Bird tell you what the trend reversal is. So right here, we're in an uptrend, okay? Let's see where this trend actually started. So this trend actually started down here. So you see when the range bars are going from red to green? That's when we're trying to enter, okay? So right here, again, the range bars are going from red to green. So what am I going to do? I'm going to enter a trade. This is our first trade of the live right here, okay? So there we go. We're getting a little bit of a push down here. I'm going to preset my stop loss and take profit right there to 100 and 100. And I'm going to make sure that my setting is set to ghost, okay? And there we go. There's that reverse. I'm going to go ahead and enter our buy trade. Guys, there is our first buy trade of the day. I do $1,000 trades, and we usually make around $2,000 to $5,000 every single day. So basically what I always tell everyone is whatever your monthly income is, I make it every single day, okay? Unless you're making like 10K or like more, then every 2 days I'm making your monthly income. So you should actually, because I only come live for about an hour, hour and a half every single day, you should actually just join my live every single day and just watch. Because I literally don't sell anything and I do all my trades live, so you can really just learn, follow along, ask questions, etc. So let's get started. So we just entered this buy trade. Why did I enter the buy trade? Because look, we were in a downtrend and we reversed. We're getting this green candle, this green range bar, so I entered a buy trade. All right. Now, what is the strategy? Okay, what is the strategy? What is the strategy? How do we even make money? Very simple. Already, so guys, we're already up $127 on this trade. So congratulations to everybody who's following along. Jen is saying at this time every single day at this time. You guys know what time it is. It's AKA money time. Let's go. Let's go. No need for super trend, Hazen. So Hazen, here's the thing. You know, you can add the super trend. I use the super trend only to show me the pullbacks, okay? Because super trend is really good on the pullbacks. We'll get into that later. Let's keep it very simple for now. So there's 3 rules that I use. And again, here's the crazy thing. It's not behind a paywall. You don't have to pay to know. I'm going to tell it to you in the next 30 seconds. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. I risk less than 1% always per trade. Number 2, I always enter at the range bar reversals, red to green or green to red. And step 3, I always set my stop loss and take profit at 100 points above and below. Okay, 100 points or 100 pips, whatever you want to call it, stop loss, take profit. That's it. These 3 steps make me literally around 60 to 80, sometimes even 100K a month. 3 steps. You didn't have to pay. There's no, there's no like course, none of that. All of that is a waste of time. You don't need to know what the candles are called. You don't need to know what is a doji. You don't need to know what is a 3 white knights, or you don't need to know what is a morning star. You don't need to know that. All you need to know is that if the market is going down, we wait for it to start going back up. Once we can see it starting to go back up, we enter a buy trade. Okay? Then we wait for when the market is going from an uptrend to a downtrend. Once it starts to do that, we enter a sell trade and we make money on the way down. So here's the beauty of trading, okay? The beauty of trading is, number 1, we don't even care which market we trade. How crazy is that? You know, people come to me all the time and they're like, oh, you know what? AKA, I love trading gold. I'm like, listen, you love trading gold, why? And they're like, oh, I love gold. I'm like, listen, buddy, gold doesn't love you, okay? This isn't a 2-way street. It's a 1-way street. And you never want to be in any sort of situation where you're a 1-way street type of thing. It should always be a 2-way street. So what's happening is human bias is getting involved. You're getting lost in your own feelings and thoughts, and you think that, oh, I love gold. Listen, gold doesn't care about you. Gold's going to wreck you, okay? This is why I don't care which markets I trade. That's why I will tell you the markets that I trade. I trade NASDAQ, okay? I trade gold, and I trade Bitcoin. Why do I trade these three markets? Remember, we had a 3-step plan for the trading strategy. Risk less than 1%, enter at range bar reversal, set stop loss, take profit at 100 points. Simple, right? Then I also just only trade 3 markets, okay? Why? Why is it that I only trade 3 markets? I trade these 3 markets because they just move a lot. That's it. That's it. There's no super deep explanation of like, oh, because when I was 23 years old and no. They move a lot, I trade them. That's it. All right? Can you show your P&L? Yeah, of course. I'm the only one that can actually show you my P&L. So I'll show you this account over the past, so we just started this account. Over the past month, in March, we made $59,131. 59,000 USD. That's how much people make in a whole year. That's how much we made this month, okay? And by the way, here's the crazy thing. You know how I'm live right now and you guys are watching me do the trades and enter? All these trades were done like that. How crazy is that? Also, by the way, if you guys are in the Toronto area, we have an office here. Come visit me. Come visit us in our office. We're open 7 days a week. And here's the crazy thing. 7 days a week. That means you have no excuse. So if you're in the Toronto area, come visit us in person. All right. So for now, already this trade is up. We're up around $270 on this trade. Now, let's go and show you. So this is on a live account on a regulated broker. Okay, this is the account we had for a few years. And I'm going to just show you because also these trades were also done live in front of you guys. Okay, so check this out. And I'm the only one that will ever show you this. Okay, so look at this. Oops. Let me just. And for all those people who are like, oh, do a refresh. Here's a refresh. Here's a refresh. Okay, so I accidentally swiped back, but that's okay. Look, let me just scroll all the way down to, through our trade history. And this is super worth it, okay? Super worth it for you to really see. Look at this. We started this account January 2024. So basically 2 years ago, okay? We started this account, this other one. We deposited 200K, okay? In about a year and a half, almost 2 years, we made a profit of 586,000. That's basically 600,000 USD. We withdrew 744,000, basically $1 million Canadian, if you want to look at it that way, okay? In about a year and a half. So, yeah, here's our 2 years track record. You can see this is actually over 3,300 trades, okay? There we go. Yeah, so for anyone who is in the Toronto area, you guys can definitely come by. User is saying $1 million Canadian rubles. That's hilarious. Yeah, I mean, 586K USD in about a year and a half is not bad. I don't think that's bad. I think that's pretty good. I remember when you started on 200K. Yeah, exactly. Steve is an OG. Steve's been here for years. Steve has seen me from back in the day when I used to wear Tag Heuers, which are like cheap watches. They're only like 2 to 5K. And then, you know, since then we've kind of leveled up, you know, in trading as well as just in life in general. So there we go. UN, can we do these trades, Charles Schwab? So you can actually just use AlgoBars to do the trades. Guys, we're up $507 on this trade already. Congratulations to everybody who's following along and not wasting time. Very simply, I'll tell you the steps, okay? Step 1, go to AlgoBars.com. That's our trading platform. We built it. It's already connected to brokers and you can connect it to any broker. But use the integrated brokers because they have the lowest fees and you can trade directly on AlgoBars, okay? So go to AlgoBars.com. Steve is saying we didn't even see your face. I know, back in the day, I was just pointing with my hand. All right, we're at $547 in profit on this trade. Let's go. What platform are you trading on? Guys, we're trading on AlgoBars.com. All right. Degal is saying, I remember when I joined you. That's crazy. I can connect AlgoBars with Charles. So you can connect it to most brokers on this planet, but it's much better for you to directly trade on AlgoBars because low latency, you can do it directly on there. LGO, thank you for the gifts. I appreciate the roses. Let's go. Is AlgoBars free? It is free. AlgoBars is completely free for you guys to use. And I'll tell you something very crazy. Okay, so we have this section where you can completely automate your trades. Okay, if you automate your trades, it takes server tokens because we're the only ones that actually host your trading system and strategy on our servers. And then we will run and host your strategy. So for that, you just need AlgoBars tokens. But if you use promo code AKPWC, you get 1,000 tokens. So register on AlgoBars.com, use the promo code AKPWC, you get 1,000 tokens. You can start automating your strategy. All right. How to automate the trades. Which broker am I connected to? I'm connected to TradeXN. It's one of the integrated brokers. You can also use go to Abato. That's also indicated. Can you trade micro S&P 500 futures on AlgoBars? Yeah, so actually we have perpetuals, so you can do micro lots on S&P 500 on AlgoBars. Yeah, you can. How to automate the trades. All right, how to automate the trades. What you could do is if you go to AlgoBars right here, just you click AlgoBars. We have Algo Builder. Okay, let me show you guys something super crazy that actually doesn't exist anywhere else. Remember like the big bird, shiny bird thing? That's what this is. Okay, so don't get distracted. Very simply, right here, you can type out your strategy. I'm going to tell you two things. One, very quickly, I'll go over it, is if you are a trader, you know how to trade, you have a strategy. Then right after, I'll explain to you, you have no idea what you're doing, you have no idea what trading is, I'll take you through it. Okay, so let's say you know how to trade, you have a strategy. Can you trade gold? Yeah, you can, for sure. T is saying, how do I search for it? It's just S&P 500. If you just put 500 in the search, it'll show up S&P 500. If RSI is, let's say if RSI crosses above 70, then sell. And if RSI crosses below 30, then buy. You guys know that's a very, very simple strategy, okay? So now what I'll do is I'll test this over 1 month, okay? And what I'll do is I'll just, right here, I'll click build, okay? Now, instantly, what it's going to do is it's going to build out and code this strategy, okay? It's going to code this strategy. Now, what I can so one click build, second click test strategy, and guys, check this out. It will in real time test this strategy for you. So you can see before you even deploy any money towards any strategy, you can see, will it be profitable or not? It's pretty crazy, and it's free, okay? So you can freely go and test your strategy. All right. Yo, Sir Arab, what's going on, my man? How you doing? Let's go. So now, obviously, like we're testing over a month, so this might take a long time. So let me just jump to the end and let's see. You know what? Look at that. Not bad. In 1 month, 7.5%. Your bank gives you 0.8% a year. This strategy would do 7.5% in 1 month. Pretty good. Not bad at all, right? Now, guess what? What you could do very simply is you can name it something. So let's just say we name this Sunday Fun Day, okay? For example, save it, okay? Sunday Fun Day is saved. Now, if I go, for example, to my strategies, Sunday Fun Day, there it is, okay? Now, I've saved this strategy. Now, I go back to AlgoBars, okay? Oh my God, did we just did that? And let's see. There we go, guys. Congratulations. We just hit take profit on our trade. Let's go. There we go. So we just hit take profit on our trade right here. That was for $1,000. So congratulations to everybody who's following along, who's learning, who's, doing well, making money. Because remember, that's what we're here for. And you guys didn't even have to pay. All right, Black Wolf is saying, what's the catch? Why is it free? Okay, so here's the thing. we build trading systems. The main goal is for us to get this into banks and institutions and funds, and then because that's what it's really built for. And if you automate a strategy, it takes tokens. We want to be the back-end infrastructure of all banks and institutions so that they're automating their trading strategies on their trading floors using our platform, okay? Because the amount of fees that we'll make on the volumes will be insane. Imagine a high-frequency hedge fund using our platform to trade. We would make a few $1 million a month off of the fees. So that's basically it. But for you and me, user is saying, this is a huge scam. Anyone who believes this is gullible. Okay, user 589 with no profile picture at all, just randomly coming in. I would like you to explain how this is a scam, because let me explain to you what a dictionary definition of a scam is. A scam is something where you pay someone something and then you don't get the product that you were promised. That's what a scam is. I'm literally telling you, this platform is completely free to use. You should never send me any money. I will never trade for you, okay? I will never take any of your money. In fact, the brokers that are plugged in to our trading platform are regulated and licensed in multiple countries. So when you go to fund your account, you don't even send us your funds. You send it to a regulated broker. You send it to their bank account. And it says, our platform is called AlgoBars. So for example, if we go right here to GoToAboto, by the way, GoToAboto does about 80 billion in volume every month. They're a huge, huge broker. So if I go to GoToAboto, okay, and then I go to wallet and I go to deposit and then I click, for example, bank transfer. Look at whose bank account that is. That's GoTo's bank account. So it's the broker's bank account. We have nothing to do with that. We are just the trading platform, and this is the most advanced trading platform on this planet. There is no competition. We have built the world's only trading platform that has been built for profit. All right. What's your credentials, professional accreditations? Oh, actually, exactly. That's a really good question. So let me explain to you who we are, okay? So that you can understand. And Javier, can you add additional timeframes? Yeah, so we already have a whole bunch of timeframes. Let me explain to you. Do you know what Fidessa is, user 589? If you don't, which you most likely don't know, you should Google Fidessa. And guys, you guys can all actually Google Fidessa, Fidessa, okay? Fidessa is the backbone infrastructure of all major global banks on this planet. That's what Fidessa is. So, Bank of America, basically everyone, Charles Schwab, JP Morgan, TD, basically every major bank, their backend infrastructure is Fidessa. This is a lesson that you guys should all know. So Fidessa's VP of Trading Systems, Camilo Amato, is now our VP. So that's who we are. We build trading systems. So Camilo is our VP. He used to be the VP of a multi-billion-dollar trading system called Fidessa. And after he saw what we were building, he's now joined us. So he's now our VP. And that's how we have two brokers, regulated license, that we're already working with. We have an investment bank that's already using our trading platform to build algos. So that's basically who we are. All right. Can I start the trade with any amount? Yeah, basically you're funding your own account, so you can fund it with any amount that you want. I know what SEC and FINRA are. Yeah, exactly. So you should understand what Fidessa is. We build trading systems basically just like Fidessa, and Fidessa's former VP of Trading Systems is our VP. Let's go. Javier is saying, what's your favorite algo for Bitcoin? All right, so let me show you guys this one algo that I've been building.
284.
You made 284? Congratulations, congratulations. There we go. You got in on the reversal here?
Reversal as well, and then buy it.
Oh,
I just got out earlier.
Okay, nice. Yeah, so basically, here's the thing. I come live every single day.
Very user-friendly. Very user-friendly, very nice platform.
For sure. No, I appreciate that. That's basically what it is. So, you should actually you should actually just come here every single day because I do my trades live. I show you guys exactly what I'm doing. You don't have to pay, and you should really just be using the world's most advanced trading platform, okay? So let's go. Is leverage trading possible on this? Yeah, so the brokers that we have plugged in, they offer leverage up to 1 to 500. So it's actually really, really good. How to automate the trades? Okay, exactly. So what you can do is, if you open this account tab at the bottom and you go under strategies, so you'll see, for example, remember Sunday Funday, the one that we just made? So what you can do is you click deploy and it'll, you can set your stop loss, take profit, max open trades, max allocation. So you can allocate a certain amount of your balance to this strategy. Then you just accept the terms and conditions. You click deploy to live trading and there you go. So now strategy is live. Okay. Now what it's going to do is, once the parameters are met, the ones that we set, RSI above 70, RSI below 30, it'll start entering our buy and sell trades. All right. So that's how you can automate your strategy. Do you have any education? Listen, let me tell you something. So the first thing that you need to understand is that in order to build trading systems, you don't need education. Okay, that's not how it works, because with that sort of education, you actually just become an employee. I'm the co-founder of AlgoBars. We built this. We spent a few $1 million building this. It took us over 6 years. We've tested thousands and thousands of strategies. And the whole crazy thing is, I don't sell you anything. Okay? So I'm not selling a course for you to be like, oh, are you a professor? I'm not. Okay? But I do know how to make money in the markets. I've been doing it basically because we know how to build trading systems, which is what we've been doing for almost 10 years now. As a side effect, we figured out how to actually make money in the markets, okay? So user58 actually just, you're taking a piece of whatever backend deal you have with Algo. No. We built AlgoBars. AlgoBars is ours. It's mine and my business partners. We're the founders and co-founders of AlgoBars. We built this. So there's no back-end, blah, 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 all this nonsense. It really is. Yeah, we built this. When you're using it, you're using our platform. Steve is saying, I bought your course for $0. Steve's always trolling, Steve. All right. Let's see. Manfred is saying, how are tokens used up? Are tokens only used for when the bot opens a trade? Exactly. So the tokens that you have, the AlgoBars tokens, only when our server actually, according to your strategy, executes a trade, it takes those server tokens. So that's how you use the server tokens. So you say. I mean, you could just, here, let's go to algobars.com, and then you go to investors, and then let's go to view investor deck. So I'll show you guys right here. All right, so basically, just so you guys understand, this is our team, our main team of the firm. Basically, that's my business partner, that's me, Mohammed, and this is Camilo Amato, who is the former VP of Fidessa. He is now our VP. All right, so let's go back. So we already did one trade. Let's see if we can do another trade as well. Let's see. Let's go back right here. No, you guys are hilarious. There's actually some really, after you watch for a while, you'll realize that every day I come here, I make your monthly income every day, and you could have also just done it. There's nothing stopping you from also doing it except your own ego, which is actually why most people are poor and most people are broke, is because everyone has an ego, okay? The problem is, I already broke my ego, okay? So the one thing that I say is, I'm not a master at trading. I'm actually not a master of the markets at all. The only thing is, through testing thousands of strategies, we ended up figuring out what works. Now, I just do what the strategy tells me to do. I just do that. I turn my brain off and I just do what the strategy is, okay? Now, here's the thing. If I started to do whatever I felt, whatever I thought, I would also start losing money. That's the whole thing. It's not about being smart or having accreditations or having a degree, okay? Because here's the reality. I used to be, I mean, from school, a respiratory therapist. Okay, so that's what I did in school, just because my parents were like, "Do something with your life." I was like, "Okay." So basically, I was in the. I never actually worked because I was making so much money from the markets. But basically, if you want to ask what my degree or whatever, I'm a respiratory therapist, or used to be. Okay, but basically, the amount that they make in a whole year, I make every month. So who cares about that? You know, all of that is nonsense. All of that is like, oh, I have this paper on the wall. It makes you feel good, but you're still living in your mom's basement. You're still driving 20 minutes to save 3 cents on fuel. You're still going through flyers every day I don't know when the flyers come. I don't know about that. But like, you're going through flyers to save 50 cents on milk. Okay? So what I say is, stop wasting time trying to save money. You should actually use all of that energy to try to make more money, because then you're not
financial freedom.
Exactly. Then you're not worried about whether gas is becoming expensive. You know, gas becoming expensive has not affected me at all, because this month, look, I'll show you guys. And again, all these trades were done live, so there's no like blah blah, no nonsense. All these trades were done live. Okay, for this month, we're up. We just crossed $60,000. You think gas going up affects me? No. But here's the crazy thing. The only reason I'm showing you this is because it's possible that you can also do this. And here's the crazy other thing. You don't have to pay. You don't have to pay in order to learn this or in order to do this. You just need to join my lives every single day. All right? I have a bachelor's from UC Berkeley in finance, Series 7, Series 6, Series 3. Are you talking about BMWs? You have a 3 Series? Wait, guys, chat. Is this guy really saying like I have a 7 Series, a 3 Series? Yeah, if you're judging based on cars, that's, oh my God. And BMW, come on. If you said, listen, I got a Bentley, I was like, okay, or I got a Lambo, or I have an Aventador, not even base model Huracans, because those are all broke. Broke people have Huracans, okay? Real ballers have Aventadors, okay? So he has 3 BMWs. I know, chat, that's crazy. Okay, so anyways, this just goes to show, Xavier is saying, bro, but the most tedious issues here is capital to start trading perfectly. Okay, that's true. Let me tell you what I did, okay? Because, do I even know what a Series 7 is? A 7 Series BMW? Is that what you're asking about? This is what I did. Because let me tell you something. When I was growing up, we didn't grow up with money. Just so you understand. My dad was working, when we came to this country, at a pizza shop. Okay? We came when I was like a little baby. But like, he was working at a pizza shop, making $5 an hour. Okay, that's how I grew up. I never grew up with money. I didn't have daddy's money or anything like that. All of this I had to build on my own. We spent a few $1 million building this platform. That was all done from scratch, okay? Just so you guys understand. So how did I do it? Basically, if you guys know, Shoppers Drug Mart or Loblaws or these grocery stores, Tim Hortons, okay? I've worked like my whole life. As soon as I could get a job, I started working. Because I was like, there's no way I'm going to be poor, okay? Because I've lived that lifestyle where pizza was a luxury, okay? I'm pretty sure some of you guys also have had that, where it's like, you know, things, like, now, obviously, like, whatever, like, we order, like, $200, $300 worth of sushi for, like, dinner. Like, it doesn't matter, you know? But it's like, I grew up in that way where, like, pizza was a luxury. So all I'm trying to say is, the way I started was, I would keep funding my account, like 500, 1,000 this week, 500 this week, 500 this week. And then you'll realize after like 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, you somehow have like 5K, 10K, 15, 20K in your account. You're like, that's crazy, because that would have just gone to dinner or like hanging out with friends, all of this nonsense. But instead, if you actually did something, and now look, I travel whenever I want. I don't have a boss. I work whenever I want. I could literally do anything I want, and I'm not limited by money. You guys can get to that stage. The only problem is that most people don't actually take the first step. Okay, so bro, Aventadors for the old broke, you need a Revuelto. I don't know, man. I think the Aventadors look crazy still. When funding the account, did you also trade on it? Yes, but here's what I tell everyone. It's all about minimizing your risk, okay? It's all about minimizing your risk. So what we do is we actually risk less than 1%. This is why we built this platform, okay? Look at this. So if you click the right side here, you can go to risk calculator. So we've actually built all the tools to help you. So right up here, you can put in your balance. Let's say you're starting with 10K, for example. Okay, you're starting with 10K. Now, you can put in, so I always do 100 and 100 for stop loss take profit, but let's say you want to start with half a percentage of risk, 0.5 lot risk. Now, guess what? It'll tell you your recommended lot size. So guys, go and use this, all right? Yeah, user 58. I don't know what you're still doing here. If you're serious and you actually have something to say, other than just saying scam, when I keep saying, don't send me any money, I don't sell anything. The platform's actually on sale for $2 billion, which I don't think anyone here can afford, especially you. So other than that, I don't sell anything. I don't trade for anyone, never send me any money. I have people that call me all the time. They're like, hey, I'll send you $1 million right now. Can you trade for me? We'll split profit. I don't do that because I don't have the licenses to do that, okay? But what I do is we build trading systems, and you can actually go here, use our trading system completely for free. All right. So basically right here, you can use the risk calculator, the lot size calculator, to figure out what low risk is for you. Now, I always do around 0.1% risk, which is really, really small. You know, so it's basically a game of survival. Okay. That's what trading is. That is what trading is. Okay. So, let's see. No, I mean, okay, let's see right here. Yeah, so, I mean, we're working with licensed and regulated brokers. That's who, and you can actually connect the trading platform to any broker that you want. So if you click wallet, you can click switch broker. So actually anything user with no name, face, nothing. And this is the last time I'm going to address you because until you're a real person, I don't even know why you're here. And you're just wasting time because very clearly you have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, sorry?
It's for not him. It's not for him actually.
Yeah, no, it's yeah. So basically, you can connect any CTrader, MetaTrader here as well. But you should use the integrated brokers, which are licensed and regulated, that we've been working with for many, many years. All right, so let's get into it. Let's see if there's any other trade that we can do. Let's go. Let's see. Just auto arrange. Okay. Now, all right, so you see right here, we're getting a reversal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and enter our next trade. And here's the next thing. Okay, here's the next thing. We're the only platform that has ghost orders. I'm going to explain to you what ghost orders are. Make sure you always turn on ghost orders, okay? So right here, we're getting this reversal, right? So we're going from a green uptrend to a downtrend. I'm going to go ahead and click sell. All right, so there's our sell trade. Now you can see our stop loss take profit are purple. This signifies, yo, what up? Van City Bob, how's it going? What up, Dano? What's going on? NM Creations. Let's go. User 58. Once you find the scam, let us know in the comments. Okay. So in the meantime, which obviously doesn't exist. So right here, what are ghost orders? We're the only platform on this planet that have ghost orders. What that means is when you set your stop loss take profit, it doesn't show up in the order books. Okay. It doesn't show up in the order books. So why is that important? Actually, because this was built for institutions and hedge funds and banks when they're doing their trades, because a lot of times they want to hide their orders. They don't want their orders to be visible in the market. So we built the technology where actually you can either set pending orders, so limit orders, stop orders. So you can set those also ghost. So let's say you want to enter at this price, you just don't want everyone to know that your orders are there. You can enter ghost. But right here, for you guys, what happens is, right here, you can see, let's say you set your stop loss, right? You set your stop loss. You'll notice that the market comes down, hits your stop loss, and then goes back up. Okay, why is that? It's because a lot of times what's happening is your stop loss is getting hunted, right? But when you're using ghost orders, your stop loss actually cannot get hunted because it doesn't show up in the order books. Let's see. Reporting. Oh yeah, go ahead, because they're just gonna find the most ultimate trading platform, and then hopefully, we can raise some funds and get it regulated in Canada, which would also be great. But for now, you can use any regulated broker in Canada or the States or anywhere with AlgoBars. You can use any broker that you want with AlgoBars, because AlgoBars is just a technology company that connects two brokers. So it clearly doesn't compute with this unknown user 58. It's actually such a simple concept. Like that's like saying, "Oh, I'm reporting TradingView." TradingView is not a broker. What are they gonna do? TradingView is a tech company. The same way that AlgoBars is a tech company. Your dad's landlord is saying amateurs. Yeah, no, amateurs. They actually have no idea what they're talking about. Let's see. What American broker do you recommend to connect to AlgoBars? So, Antonio, here's the thing. What I would do is I would use the integrated brokers that are already there, because you have the lowest latency because they're directly API connected. Okay, so GoToAboto is really good. Licensed, regulated broker. TradeXN, we've been using them for 8 years. It's really good. So I would just suggest use the integrated brokers. Steve is saying, I use an indicator with these to help. Yeah, so I think Steve probably uses the super trend. So let me go over and show you what the super trend is, okay? So the super trend right here is this green and red line that you're seeing on the chart. What does this show? Okay, what does this show? It shows whether we're in a downtrend or an uptrend. Now, there's a way to use the super trend, okay? And I'll show you what that way is. For example, this is actually a really, really good example right here, okay? So right here, you can see that we went into an uptrend. Okay, we went into an uptrend. So what that means is, okay, we're looking for a buy trade, right? But let's say you missed the buy trade. You can wait for the super trend to confirm right here when it goes from red to green. Right here, you could enter. That's another entry. If you missed the initial reversal, you could get in when the super trend confirms. But here is how you can use the super trend to show you pullbacks, okay? Pullbacks in the market. So what happened here? You can see the market pulled back. What color is the super trend? It's still green, which means we're still in an uptrend, but this is just a pullback, right? So this is just a pullback. So on this pullback, we can enter our second buy trade, or if you're just seeing this pullback now, you can enter your buy trade here, and then you would have been able to ride this entire trend up the whole way. So that's how you can use the super trend to show you pullbacks and then potential confirmations on the reversals as well. Can I use it daily for daily stock plays? Yeah, so you can actually use this, the range bars on all the markets. So if you open this tab, you can see there's all of these markets here: commodities, stocks, forex, indices, crypto. All the markets are here, and we're working with the brokers to add more markets. So we're just waiting for the API data feeds. So we're just waiting for that. All right. Is this a forex trading platform? Actually, you can trade all of the markets here on AlgoBars through the integrated brokers. Let's see. Steve has been using it for 2 years. That's crazy. Steve was here when this was a very, very basic, back in the day, streams, and now we actually have the full platform, which is actually pretty crazy. Now let's see. Let's get started. Steve is saying, I just made another $100, so $200 up since the stream started. Congratulations, Steve. That's what it's really all about. Congratulations. Love to hear it. Actually, everyone should just be like Steve, okay? Because Steve's been here for a few years, so he knows that obviously we don't charge anything. I come live every single day. I do all my trades live. You guys can see exactly how everything works. And I actually don't even sell anything except if you guys want to buy the platform is on sale for about $2 billion. Okay, that's the price. $2 billion. If you guys want, that's the price. Okay, otherwise you guys can use it for free. In the meantime, there we go. Your dad's landlord is saying $1,500 from the live today. Congratulations, your dad's landlord is making money. Let's go. 65,000 for the month of March from just this live on AlgoBars. Already withdrew 5K. There we go. Let's go. Let's get started. That's what it's all about. All right, guys. So right here, we're starting to move down now. Guys, look at how crazy this is, okay? Do you guys see? Look at how close we came to our stop loss. That's insane. We were literally just like 1 or 2 points away from our stop loss. This is why I always say it's very important to always give the market enough room so you don't get kicked out too early. So a lot of people, what they do is they think they're smart. They'll set their stop loss at like 50 or 20 or something really small, and then they'll be greedy and set their take profit to like 100, 200. But what's going to happen is you're going to have moves like this. You're going to have little pullbacks, and you're going to get kicked out. And then you're going to see, oh man, if I was just in, we would have been in profit like we are right now. All right, there we go. There we go. And Steve is saying I use a bottle broker, simple platform, low fees. You can actually transfer your Abato funds to Abato on AlgoBars because it's the same broker, but just tell them that you want to use AlgoBars and they will transfer your funds to the AlgoBars account, which is actually really crazy. Guys, we're already up $400 on this trade. Congratulations. After getting 1 point away from our stop loss, which is actually pretty crazy. This is why it's really, really important to always give your trade enough room. And that's why I'll tell you guys the strategy again. It's very simple, 3 steps. Step 1, we always risk less than 1%. That's key. We always want to be as safe as possible. Step 2, we enter at the range bar reversals, okay, when it goes from red to green or green to red. And step 3, we always set our stop loss take profit at 100 points, okay? We always set our stop loss take profit at 100 points. Those are the 3 steps I take to make around $2,000 to $5,000 a day. So yeah, that's basically what it comes down to. Let's see. See how long we've been live for. All right, 48 minutes. All right, not bad. So we'll stay live for another maybe like 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, and then we'll call it a day. But in the meantime, let's go over some really crazy features and functions of AlgoBars. Okay, so right here, if you go to Algo Builder, you guys really need to learn how to build strategies and automate strategies, okay? So you can actually build strategies right here, or what you can do is you can click Generate Strategy, and our system will go through billions of billions and billions of different parameters and variables, put them together, and build you a strategy, okay? So let's see right here. Let's just click Generate Strategy. And then, so we'll get it to build a strategy, then we'll test it. Okay, so there we go. There's a strategy. It just built, okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'll select 1 month, and then I'll click Test Strategy. And guys, check this out. So basically, now, according to this strategy, look, it's starting to take trades already. So the whole goal is to find an automated trading strategy that's profitable. And then once you find it, then you can actually deploy it, okay? And you can deploy it directly on AlgoBars. So you can build a strategy, test it, and deploy it all on the same platform.
But it's an awesome platform. It's very user-friendly.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's actually, once you start using it, you'll realize all other trading platforms are garbage. This is basically the best trading platform that exists on this planet. And obviously it's going to go through, a whole month. So let's just fast forward. We'll see the results. I mean, this one at the peak, which is crazy, was up. Wait, let's go right here to the peak. That's crazy. This strategy in the middle of the month was up 21%. That's insane. So imagine like you put whatever, like 10K in it. In about 2 weeks, you would have been at 12,000, which is pretty crazy. So what you can do is, let's say you're seeing gains like this, you can stop that strategy and then you can find another strategy. So this is a really good strategy. Again, we can click generate strategy again. Okay, we'll click generate strategy again. We'll see what it builds. Okay, there's a very simple strategy. For example, if there's a crab, then after that, do a buy. Let's try to build a more advanced strategy. Okay, so we can just keep doing this. So let's do this. There we go. There's another strategy. So let's try this one. Okay, so basically this one is if the MACD crosses above this number and if the price is near the fib retracements, then buy. That's pretty strict. So let's just generate another one. And you can actually sit and generate. Oh, wow. Look at this one. All right. So now this one. If the super trend is green, then buy. And if the super trend is red and if the price is near, then sell. All right. Let's test this strategy. Let's see what this strategy does. Oh, wow. This one is taking a lot of trades. You guys can see it's taking a lot of trades here. And then what you could do is, let's say you find a strategy that it builds, you can always tweak it. So you can adjust all of these parameters and you can tweak it and you can figure out, you can see if any of them are good. Let me show you guys one strategy that we've been working with. It's called the Super Saiyan 14. Okay, let me load this strategy. Okay, we'll test it for 1 month. Okay, all right, so here's the test. All right, there you go. So now we're testing it for a month. Now I'm gonna fast forward this, but let me show you guys this, okay? Wait, let's do maybe 3 months. Let's test on 3 months. Because we're still adjusting, we're still working with this strategy. There we go. Guys, look at this strategy. This is actually so important to understand. If you don't understand this, you're going to fail in trading. Okay, you're going to fail in trading. Look at this. So this strategy took 5,825 trades. Okay, almost 6,000 trades in about 3 months. It did 60% in 3 months, which is crazy. 20% a month is like insane, unheard of. Okay, that means if you started with 10K, in 3 months, you would have $16,000, which is insane. But here's the crazy thing. Look at this number. The drawdown is negative 71%. Do you know what that means? That means that at one point, your account came down 71%. The problem is most people will quit way before that. Like you'll be down 20% and you're going to quit. You'll be down 30, 40, 50, 60. 70, it's like that's like way beyond what anyone will think. Okay, but this is how life works. Okay, you always have to go through the trenches first in order to see the result at the end. Because look, at the end of the day, this is profitable hugely. Okay, huge, immense numbers. 60% in 3 months is crazy because your bank gives you 0.8% a year. Okay, so now take this in. This strategy, if you ran this exact strategy with 2,000, what would have happened? You would have gone to 0. If you started this strategy, same parameters, with even 5,000, what would have happened? You would have gone to 0. Even 6,000, you would have gone to 0. The whole name of the game is that you need to have margin in the account. This is why one very important thing, what sizing are you using on the test? One lot size, and with $10,000 balance per trade. Now, this is one thing that if you just understand one thing, this should be it, okay? It's very important to start your trading account with as much as possible in your own trading account, then risking as little as possible But nobody will listen to me, and you guys will all do the opposite, which is you will start with as little as possible and then risk as much as possible. Do you know what's going to happen? You're going to go to zero. Okay, you're going to go to zero. But if done properly, there's literally millions and billions of dollars to be made in the markets. Okay, I'm here to make billions of dollars. And it's not going to come from me selling a course or anything. It's going to literally come from me actually scaling up. That's how I'm going to make billions of dollars. And if you guys can even just make a few $1 million, that's really good. Okay, but it needs to be done properly. Your dad's letter is saying, or complain for years and still be here 5 years later asking for help as usual. Exactly. That's what happens, okay? So people come in here. Maybe it's your first time seeing me, okay? I've been here for like 8 years now, just so you guys know. You're going to not do things, and you're going to see, look, right now our accounts, this one is at about 200 and whatever, 263, okay? You're going to come back 2 years later, and my account's going to be, again, at like 800,000. And then you're going to say, oh, AKA, I remember seeing you years ago. I wish I started then. Because all of those trades would have been done live every single day. And you could have also just joined and been making money. But instead, you thought, oh, I have to go for a baseball game with my friends, okay? I literally don't understand that. If you don't have at least a few $1 million stashed away, if you are still on a mortgage, and if you don't have your things paid off, and if you don't have, like, if you're still in a dinky Toyota, like all of these things, why are you going to games? Like, why? Why are you spending time eating food? You should actually just be working really hard, okay? So that you can take care of your family. That's really what it comes down to. Because let's say with only a 10K account, if you start making an extra $50, $100 a day, you know, that's around an extra $1,500 to $3,000 a month, which is literally for most people life-changing, you know? Now, imagine doing that with less than 1% risk. So let's say on a 10K account, if I'm doing $10 trades, very small, that's 0.1%, just so you guys understand. It's 0.1%, okay? It's not even 1%. And you do a few trades, you win some, you lose some. I win some, I lose some. It's normal. But at the end of the day, if I'm up $60, that's not a lot. It doesn't seem like a lot. Okay, next day, I'm up $40. Next day, I'm up $80. You know, I'm doing like 10, 15 trades a day. Next day, I'm down $30. Whatever. It happens to me too. But at the end of the month, you make an extra 2K, 3K, 4K, 10K. That's crazy. That's what I'm trying to tell everyone. Stop trying to do lottery win all in on black, like, you know, or red, and let me see if I can triple my account. But rather, every day I come here, I make income, $2,000 to $5,000 a day. That's my income. That's my numbers. If your numbers are $50 to $100, that's great. Those are your numbers. You should be happy with that. Okay. So, anyways, that's basically what I'm trying to show everyone is that, look, come here, learn. You don't have to pay. We did a few trades. We hit take profit. You didn't have to pay. You could have done that. You could have literally done. Nothing is stopping you from doing that. Okay? So stop wasting time. Get started. Go to AlgoBars.com. It's the most advanced trading platform on this planet. And we're always here to help. We have an office here in Toronto. Come visit us in person. We're here every single day, 7 days a week. Okay? 11 to 5. The website, on the website, our address is there. So if you go to contact, our phone number, our office address is here. So you guys can come, visit, ask questions, and get started. So very simply, you just click wallet, whichever broker you're in, you can deposit to your broker account, click deposit, fund your account. It's very instant. You know, here's, if you click BTC, there's your wallet, scan, send, funds your account within like 2 to 3 minutes. Then you could get started. Remember, low risk is very important. All right, guys, so we're going to call it a day here for this live. This trade is still open. It's the weekend. Super slow. It is what it is. But I'm live here every single day, so you guys know when I come live, it's AKA money time. Let's get it, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. Thank you guys all for the comments, the likes, the questions, the gifts. You guys are amazing. And remember one thing. The haters always come back. That's one thing I noticed. Because they realize I'm the only one that tells the truth. Okay, because we don't sell any course, We don't sell any bots. We don't sell anything. We build trading systems, and we build the world's most advanced trading systems and trading platforms. All right? All right, guys. Have a good one. Take care. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Yeah, Steve. Haters always hate, but we're still going to be making money every single day. All right. Have a good one, guys. All right, that was pretty good.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I
Yeah, of
learned a
course.
lot today.
Yeah. No, it's good to join the lives. The lives are super important.
Yeah.
Yeah.